Just did. Well, it'll be like a second before it connects or whatever. It's not instant. They apparently use this for champion select music, and it's like repetitive as fuck. It's like 3 notes over and over again. Does it like do anything else? No, it's this for 20 minutes? Okay, yeah, or...
Hello?
Oh, I could turn my... Okay, turn my mic back on the stream. So it doesn't just sound like you're talking to yourself.
Is the stream on? Oh no.
Yeah, sorry, I did just turn it on.
Wow.
Um, I sent you the raffles,
Yipper.
and then
Yeah, I got the raffle files already all.
okay. I need to like open mine up and pretend like I'm gonna do this thing, but is it the 7 stars for the same number of letters and tendies? Oof. Not quite. It's very close to that. It's actually for the 7 letters in peak.
Oh, no.
In a real sense, it's for all the official GRLCS championships that we claim, but um, it's also good memes. So, as my co-caster would say, it's good memes.
Best memes?
As he re-ups for 5 months, what a hero!
I would never.
You've
Doesn't
hopped off the
sound like
post for 5 months in a row. How do you feel?
I feel great.
I said we'd be live at like the top of the hour, so um, I don't know
So
if
we have
you
a few
have like
minutes to just
4
hang.
minutes you want to. We could do our unofficial LCS podcast here.
God. Oh yeah, what are you gonna talk about?
I don't know. I got out my vent in a PMD earlier, which was basically just like Fudge is holding C9 back, and that's really sad because they should be, like a world-class team, and instead they're gonna just bomb out it eventually because they have like the 8th or 9th best mid laner or top laner in LCS.
For sure. I mean, so the hope would be that he's able to improve as they go along, and that not be the case. This is somebody who was the specific training partner of Licorice for years, right? Like, famously, Licorice didn't play any solo queue. He just did like 1v1s with Fudge to learn matchups and stuff.
So like,
So,
I get that, but at the
uh-huh.
same time, then he should already be better than Iconic or
Well, to be
Fake
fair,
God.
Iconic's the jungler.
Oh, is Iconic the who's their top
Yeah,
laner?
Niles.
Niles. He should be better than Niles straight from Collegiate. He should be better than Fake God, who's been, in Academy the same amount of time as him. He should be competing at least with like Huni and Licorice, and he is not.
Yeah, it's definitely a disappointing tournament for him, I'd say. Not exactly how they were hoping that his debut would be.
Well, and then even if you want to save a little bit of hope or whatever for it, like he's played 13 games so far, right?
True.
That's 3/4 of a regular season. More than 3/4. He's gonna get another 3. Like, I don't know.
Well, so I mean, but that's
you're not rapidly
thing, right?
improving in the stage games, right? Because you should be doing all of that in like behind the scenes in your scrims and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's a thing.
I think it's kind of cool that we've seen so many games of these players already. So that we have like an idea of where they're at right now, as opposed to 13 games. That's like fucking 6 weeks into last season. But I don't know. I think that it's hard because it's not like he's getting extra stream time. He's not getting extra practice time in between, right? This isn't like something where he's given quite a bit of time to grow and evolve. He's kind of getting thrown through the gauntlet right now. I don't know. And I think that the more interesting thing is that Perks just doesn't look that great. Like,
I mean, I thought he had a pretty good game 4 and game 5, but yeah, that team right now is just Blabber and Vulcan. and like Sven is their late game, but like it's the 3 players that had already been on C9. It seems like their
Hmm.
2 roster moves were like kind of sideways for like Niski and Perks could be the same player right now. They play approximately similar styles currently.
Hmm.
Um, like he had a good Yone game, and we hadn't seen that from like Niski doesn't seem like a Yone player, but like other than that, he's been playing what TF
To be
Galio.
fair, he's had one good Yone game. He's played like 4 of them. So I don't know. You expect him to win eventually, but
Anyway, I don't understand why you would have Fudge on your roster when like Haunter and Zion Spartan are in Academy still, like
well, at the same time, you
or
can't really.
Lorelo, or like if you had a serviceable top laner, you should be the best team in the league, but they don't, so TL's better.
See, but again, it's Cloud9. Cloud9, has always received shit for what they do in terms of bringing up, newer players, right? Like, do you remember when people were freaking out because they're playing Blabber over Svenskeren? Or, God, anytime. Like, people freak out all the time about Cloud9 bringing people up. I think that it's worth giving them the chance on this. Plus, I don't think that, we can take the position of, wow, LCS really isn't interested in developing new talent. And then, when they bring in the new talent, wow, this guy really fucking sucks. Just let's bring in
Uh,
Hanser again.
well, so I think that there's any talent that's like go get like Fake God Niles are better right now. I don't know about Finn. We haven't seen him. I doubt he's better, but because he was just trash on Rogue. But um, you know who does Fudge match up well against in LCS currently? Um, he had 2 support. I don't think Yone was. That's not the point, Mats. I mean, he's not a hard carry. He like would play roamers. Anyway, um,
No,
it's
that's a good point. I like that. Yeah,
it,
Niski didn't even get the chance to pick
oh
Yone,
true,
and
which
you're
is
out
why
here.
he
Wow.
hasn't played it this split for Fnatic either. All right, let's look at this. I sent you the drafts. They're in order, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
It looks like it.
okay, so let's look at draft number 1. Uh, anyway, hello, officially welcome. Um, this is LAS week number 3 between Return to the Middle Sticks and PvE Esports Gold. I believe Platinum also is in our division, so we'll see that org again. But our first taste, our first matchup between these 2 teams, PvE, I believe was also undefeated coming into this. Oh no, they hadn't played a game officially yet because they had a Platinum player and then got disqualified, and then I I don't understand what happened, but they're either 0-0 or 1-0 coming into this week, and RTM's 3-0. But they have Defly, who is considered to be like the best player in Gold League. Anyway, there's your hype. This is the game 1 draft. Anything jump out at you immediately for this draft?
I'm surprised based on the last couple of weeks. I think that we saw RotM put a high emphasis on getting their jungler. Whether that's Hecarim, or no, I'm sorry, not Hecarim, whether that's Warwick or Vi, or even Nunu, I think, in week 1. I'm surprised to see it drop to, 5th pick. I suppose that just speaks to the priority of these other picks.
I think part of it is just that PvE didn't pinch it, right? Because there's no
Mhm.
bans, there's no like necessity to pick it early if you have other things that you want.
Sure, sure. No, I mean, nothing's like too crazy. It looks like, a couple of standard team fighting compositions. I like that RotM has a lot of different points of engage. I really like their team comp actually, assuming that Anivia doesn't fall behind. If Anivia falls behind, it might be a little bit rough. Uh, but otherwise, I think it seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I do think it's weird the Vi with this combo. Um, if I had to pick out one point, I know that it's a priority champ for Gid, but usually with Vi you want something that's like you want a solo lane that's very strong, level 6, so that you can just chain CC and get an instant kill. But you've got Ornn, who's into Mordekaiser, which kind of negates the power of Ornn because you can just take somebody into this X dungeon. And then you have Anivia, who just doesn't have that much burst at level 6, so it feels a little weird, but maybe that's
That
their
said,
like early game bridge champion for the late game that Anivia Kaisa offers.
I feel like bot lane post 6 is just free kills all day of the week. Not to mention, I like the pairing of Kaisa with somebody else who's looking to dive, like the Vi, like the Leona, because she can duo dive with people. Um, I feel like there's a lot of synergy in that, and I feel like, Miss Fortune should be having a real rough go of it if she ever wants to contribute to anything resembling a team fight.
Yeah. And then on the PvE side, you have like big AoE team fight, but it's kind of weird with the Gragas and the MF together, right? Because the Gragas will blow people apart, and the MF wants them together, and like Mordekaiser even kind of negates some of that by taking somebody away. Um,
For sure.
but it's a
And
lot of really strong lanes early on.
first pick Pike seems a little strange. That said, yeah, they do have, some pretty strong early game. Gragas, probably has a little bit more early game pressure than Vi. That said, I mean, Mordekaiser isn't very strong early. Orianna's not very strong early. I feel like a lot of it just comes down to this bot lane that should have pressure, but even then it's Kaisa Leona. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a point on this draft where they're winning.
Alright.
Or like a matchup that, is like, yes, they're going to do really well in the early game with this.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the game then. If you're ready to start it up, I think I have everything up on stream, hopefully.
I am ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So, on the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for this game will be Return of the Middle Sticks, Peaklay's on the Ornn, Gid Shadeslayer in the jungle on Vi, Oath in mid on Anivia, and Beepots and Matsuro 5 in the bottom lane playing Kaisa and Leona.
On the red side, we have PvE with Gatefinder Temple on the Mordekaiser in the top lane, Bliss playing Gragas jungle, Astrowave on the Orianna in the mid lane, and then Defly and Mako rounding it out with the MF Pike bottom lane.
Do you have any idea what Gayfinder Temple's supposed to be a play on words of?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's more like Gryffindor.Maybe it's like Gayfindor.
Gayfinder Temple.
I
feel
idea.
like I should have some sort of connection to like a Pathfinder temple or something like that, but I just don't, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not aware of the reference that's being made.
Okay.
I feel like I'm really missing out on it.
Well, that makes us 0 for 2, so if nothing else, at least we have solidarity that way.
And
if he'd thrown that auto faster, he would have had the electrocute proc. That would have been a juicy amount of damage at level 1. But
he saved it for the lane. Is Gragas really going leashless?
No, Mord's just late.
Mord's just super late. He might as well be going leashless.
Anyway, Juggler's starting opposite sides of the map, which is going to give Defly and Mako the opportunity to get a good shove on early, or Peaklay in the top lane, which probably isn't as valuable if we're being honest. So it'll be...
Oh, how do you not electrocute? How do you not proc electrocute? He got like the Q and 2 autos. I'm really confused. Sorry.
I'm also confused because Defly and Mako had forever with this wave, and they... Like, I don't know. They weren't as far ahead of it, of the shove as they should have been. They'll still get 2 first.
Well, they have wave pressure, and Leona, since Pike's on cooldown, should be able to be up there autoing the melees, but they
yeah, Beepots as low gets ignited. A couple more autos, and it's first blood for Defly in the bottom lane. Gid flashes over the wall. They get the stun and the return kill onto Mako. That goes into the pocket again. I don't think they can chase down Defly, but Beepots back in the gray screen, back to base at level 1 feels pretty bad.
Yeah, not too crazy about that, but Gid having to come down after the golems means that his clear is kind of stunted here. Gragas, you see already, is looking in for the blue. They're going to spot him out there. We'll see if they want to try and collapse or if he's just trying to trade jungles.
Do you think that's the right call to go ahead and, well, to collapse and to go for the jungle?
It's best of both worlds, right? And Gragas is still level 2. He can't, like...
Well, now he's level 3.
Get out, but...
Yeah, this is 2 level... Okay, well, Oath is getting a big chunk, gonna flash after Bliss. He's still relatively healthy. There's just no damage to finish him off. And now Astrowave is here. They knock Oath into the egg. He'll get scrambled. Peaklay, just leave. Peaklay? Okay, he's out of He thought about it. He wanted to go back in, but it was not the time.
Yeah, and that just felt like split decision making from RotM, where two of them wanted to contest the blue side,
Oh
but
no, and
Vi
now
was
because
already like, no, I'm out.
yeah, now because they didn't see Git over there on the 2v3 scrap, they know that Git is busy doing the Gromp over there, and Mako will even chase him off of that. So it's just the trade of blue buffs, I guess.
Yeah, which, all things considered, isn't the worst. Although the kill going over to the Mordekaiser here isn't exactly what you want for ROTM.
Ooh, Zenith
Oh.
Blade's still gonna land on Mako through the E. I can never remember the name of the E. The W is Ghost Water Dive, which is much less important, but yeah.
Phantom Undertow, which, I mean, come on, everyone knows about
Yeah,
the
for sure.
Phantom Undertow.
Oh. Matsuro just off by like a pixel on that grab, but Bponts and Matsuro still surprisingly getting the shove in. Bpont's actually up CS, has the wave control right now on Defly and Mako, but they have to be careful because Bliss is hanging around. Not gonna look for the gank though. What
Yeah,
Gragas
he's
skin is that, by the way? That's a very
that's the new one. Yeah? That's the it came out on the same patch as the Ivern skin and the orange skin. I don't know what it's called though.
okay.
It looks cool though.
Yeah, is he like a dragon slayer? I don't know what thematic Gragas fits into. Anyway, Git is returned to the bottom lane, really putting a lot of emphasis on being down here for Bpots and Matsuro. That's Warden?
Yeah.
How's that Warden Gragas? That doesn't look like any of the other Warden skins. I mean, it's got a chroma.
I think
sure.
I think it's like the new Warden. Because I think that the God, who else got the Warden skin? It's
Quinn.
Callista, right?
No,
Oh,
Callista
Quinn?
got the evil one.
Oh. What's the evil one called? Is this the evil one?
No, Gragas is on the good team. It's
Bliss is up here in the top lane. He's looking for the gank.
Marauder.
Git has spent a lot of time.
Why am I just? My God. All right. Astrowave is getting. He
Oh,
dies to
wow.
that auto attack. Oath with the solo kill on Anivia. Unfortunately, not killing the minions very well so far. Not to call him out. Anyway, it's 2-2. It's a small gold lead for PvE right now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is just the CS lead in the jungle, where Git has spent a lot of this time on the bottom side of the map rather than clearing camps, and wasn't even able to pick up the dragon while they had the prio. So just kind of, a lot of time that we didn't have a lot to show for it. Still level 4, while Bliss is level 5 and up a few camps, and Git still hasn't recalled either. So, just doesn't have a whole lot of combat effectiveness. It looks like they're going to take advantage of the PvE bottom lane's reset though and pick up that dragon. So
That was a good little combo by P-Clay using the Bellows Breath to make sure he doesn't get pulled by the hook. Oath is just
Oh my
giving it to
God.
Astrowave in the mid lane though.
Anivia is such a balanced champion, so much damage coming out, and a good wall there by Oath, as well as the stun just on the edge of the ultimate means that Astrowave takes maximum amount of damage there. I was gonna say, it's surprising to me how well these trades are going in P-Clay's favor, considering he was only level 5 that last time he was trading in, so.
Going for it. The shockwave used from Astrowave just to get rid of the Anivia ult, but he's got Bliss in the back pocket. It doesn't matter. The Icicle Spear for the kill is Bliss trying to chase him down. He's got help as he belly bumps over the wall. Matsuro and Gid waiting on the other side. They trap him in the Glacial Storm, and it's a double kill for the Anivia.
And Oath is already just applying so much pressure on this champion, one that, is normally known for scaling, but after the rework has a bit more agency in the early game and already on display there from Oath. As the entire 4-man team of RotM is down bot here. I suppose they're just looking to pressure. Vi's still level 5, it's kind of hard for them to force here.
Yeah, just looking for a turret plate or two, I guess. 40 gold to everybody for that turret lane, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know if this is particularly
Oh.
worth. They're missing out on the CS mid.
Gragas and
Asteroid is
Ori,
coming down just so late though. Like,
yeah,
what's the
he
point?
he went back mid, shoved a wave, and then headed down, I guess. Bliss, I'm not sure why Bliss wasn't there either, but Peakley in the top lane gonna try to get onto Gayfinder Temple.
Oh,
Gets pulled out of the horn. That was a really good play by Gayfinder Temple. I mean, he hit R and clicked on him. Really mechanical skill to put him in this X dungeon like that. Peakley with the flash away, the follow, the bonk from the Mordekaiser. Does he have enough to follow the Searing Charge? He does not quite have enough. So, solo kill averted at least, as Peakley able to get away.
yeah, but that was, just a perfect showing of what the Mordekaiser Ornn matchup was. Notorious for being the one of the few picks that you could pick into Ornn last season. Just because it's a game of chicken where whoever presses R first loses. And usually Mordekaiser has the better end of that. So already well played by them there to pick up a little bit of that lead. Is that trading just so fun, fair, and balanced.
Doesn't even need the ult on it. I'm just gonna farm some minions while pushing through to hit the Q on you.
Gid still hasn't recalled yet. He just has the potions in inventory.
He doesn't
But
even
he's
have
here to
those
counter
left.
gank.
It's no stats. But here comes Bliss, comes in, the flash belly bop onto B-Ponce. Good explosive cast, but it actually knocks him out of the bullet time and takes down to fly. Now Mako and Bliss trying to run away. The wall pins Bliss into it. That's a really nicely placed wall. Gayfinder Temple teleporting down. Doesn't have the Mordekaiser ult, but it could look to turn the pull back in Oath. He's trying to get in just that little bit of damage, but he can't quite take down the Gragas. He gets turned into an egg, but Mako falls in the process. Gayfinder Temple still trying to fight his way out. It's a 1v3 and the Mordekaiser will fall in that. Oath is on a rampage, and ROTM turns that fight in the bottom lane. Now Peakley wandering down. Matsuro gets he gets harvested, I guess, by Bliss, but everybody will disengage for the time being. But a good turn by RTM nets them a couple of kills.
Yeah, and all of that was off the back of Gid just being in the right place at the right time there to counter gank Bliss meant that he's just able to turn that around entirely. Even with the teleport coming through from the Mordekaiser, so strong, was able to pick up a couple kills in there, but just not quite enough. What's really funny though is we're looking at the score line 7-3 in favor of ROTM, but before that play only up 100 gold, now up, about 300, but so much of that's just in these CS leads where even with a massive kill lead, just still only barely squeaking ahead.
Yeah, and you can
Oath is
see
here again. Wait, why did Oath go?
they're swapping.
Okay.
So that's the swap, and then the roam from Matsuro. Now he's gonna go head back to join his AD in mid lane. Yeah, I mean 21 seconds on the dragon, so any lane that you can get prio in around that side of the map. It's kind of interesting that the junglers are fighting, not around the dragon currently. But Rift Herald is a thing that exists. The Ornhorn over the wall. Oh, Gayfinder Temple was able to find him. Gid gets pulled back in by the Shockwave, but they already have taken down Bliss. They'll continue to chase down Gayfinder Temple, still trying to fight his way through. He bonks B-Pots. He gets pulled back in by the hook, and he'll get taken to the grave. A triple kill for Mako as he resets with his ult.
Yeah,
It might be Mako.
so much
Astro
gold.
Wave has to cleanse and flash out. Hook now onto Oath. Mako still has his ult available. Doesn't need it. So a shutdown for Defly is now Gid gonna equalize the fight just a little bit by hitting the Assault and Battery, but he's in trouble, getting chased down by the bottom lane of PvE, and it'll be the double kill for the MF.
Ended up trading it at the end, but all in all in favor for PvE is, especially because with the kills on the Pike, with his ultimate getting twice as much gold for it, just everything going in their favor. Now, it was an extremely close game, is now looking at about a 3k gold lead in favor of PvE, and I think a lot of that comes just from the fact that Mordekaiser was able to find the ult onto Ornn, canceling the Ornhorn. It meant that the engage from ROTM was just a little bit lackluster, and PvE was able to weather it and show up first with their bot lane.
Yeah, and Pikley thought he had more than enough distance to be safe from the Mordekaiser ult, but somehow he just managed to find... That was probably the max range sex dungeoning. Anyway, Gid gonna get pulled in, taken down as they contest the Scuttle Crab. Astrowave caught inside the Anivia ult as Matsuro bonks him with the shield for the kill. So the 1-for-1 trade, mid laner for jungler. However, one of those is needed due to the dragon, and the other one kinda isn't.
Yeah, it was a really good wall there by Oath, able to turn that kill around, but Mordekaiser isn't here.
Lane,
Is
yeah.
showing top, doesn't have teleport, so RotM might be able to just get this. The wall's sort of making it hard for PvE to contest.
Yeah, 99 health left on the dragon when Bponts was able to auto-attack it, but the second one in their back pocket, they'll head toward the soul potentially as the map disintegrates. It just burns away. I'm trying. That's more words than is necessary to say that it's an Infernal Soul in this game. Gayfinder Temple's gonna get a solo first turret. Unfortunately, about 30 seconds later than I think he would like, but he'll get that nonetheless.
I'm still a fair
Gid
amount of
looking
gold
for the
in this
gank in the
pocket.
bottom lane. They're going to go on to Defly. He still has his flash available. The bullet time through. Oh my goodness, the execute damage from Mako. The double kill for the Pike as Matsuro wanders in and sees his friends die.
Bliss is showing up.
Oh,
Matsuro's
he's going
a little...
in. He's got Defly stuck
no.
underneath the turret. He'll trade it back, but because of the way the gold works, that's, you know, essentially 2 more kills in the pocket of Mako and Defly.
To be fair, though, it was the shutdown onto MF that Matsuro was able to trade for. Unfortunately, it is going onto your Leona, so that, you know, even looking at the shutdowns is something you would normally be looking at as, you know, a way to get back into the game. You just secured one of them, and unfortunately, it's going straight onto your tank rather than onto this Anivia or the Kai'Sa, which you might prefer it on.
Yeah, I hit X, so I spoiled myself a little bit, but who do you think the richest person in the game is right now?
I mean, I'd assume Pike.
Yeah, it's Pike. Not by a whole
Yep.
lot, but Pike is the richest man in the game, as Bpots is just going to dive into non-stop action as they take down Astrowave, and this is a good pick response for RotM. Oh, but they can't finish off Bliss, and Gid gets pulled back in. Defly takes him down. The Kraken Slayer MF coming through as Pikley and Gayfinder Temple resuming pleasantries around the blue buff area. Matsuro and Oath and Bpots trying to track down the Mordekaiser as he hits the blast plant, the counter blast plant from Matsuro, and he'll get into rage. Doesn't quite hit the Zenith Blade, but enough pressure, maybe? Bpots into the Shadow Realm. That's not where you want to be if you're the Kai'Sa right now. This isn't Kumo versus Double Lift in this Shadow Realm, so it's a trade 1-for-1.
Yeah, and that's just Bpots walking up a little bit too far. Good on Mordekaiser to hold his ultimate until he found someone that he was certain that he could kill, and able to trade even after getting caught out is...
Oh,
they're going to be able to pick up the
yeah,
shutdown.
that's a big shutdown. They're even able to track down Defly. The double kill for Gid Shadeslayer, and now the Vi is huge.
Yeah, no, picked up the massive 900 gold shutdown as well as an extra 300 off the MF. Definitely going to be a big ol' recall here from Gid. We'll see if he's able to make that, take that gold and get enough of a lead on his. Bliss has a flank here, but I don't think that he wants this. He doesn't have as much backup as he'll need to take care of the 4 members of RotM.
Yeah, PvE really needs Defly and Mako. I had changed between Mako and Mako like 90 times during this cast.
I feel like it's probably Mako, if I had to guess.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't think so?
So like Mako's the shark, so that's pretty common. Mako is a character in Avatar: Legend of Korra, and they're both spelled that way. So
Wait, isn't that one also Mako?
no, it's Mako. Is my whole life a lie? Who's Mako?
I don't know
Alright,
who
well.
Mako is.
All right, well, ignore me being dumb, I guess. There's some mythics finished up.
True, Mythic's coming through. You already touched on it a little bit. Kraken Slayer for the Misfortune. You know, we are on 11.2, which came with a nerf to Gale Force, which was Misfortune's previous Mythic of choice.
Well, it says it's Mako. Mako in Legend of Korra. That's
Is
what
it
I'm saying.
actually?
But the support for PvE is Mako. Fuck, damn it. All right, well, now that I've used our curse word equivalent for the cast, I'll try to say Mako as many times as I can.
Okay, so here's my question. Your Vi, you
Yeah.
just got 1,200 gold in shutdowns and kills.
Mhm,
You're feeling rich. You kind of have to be a little bit of the front line for your team.
mhm.
You see the triple AP topside of
Chain vest.
Mordekaiser,
No, chain
Gragas,
vest.
Orianna. I think you're right. Dust Dance is the only option. Is
Oh, the Solar Flare gonna land onto the fly. The fight breaks out. The Ornhorn actually comes through, but it only hits the Mordekaiser, who pulls him into the Death Realm. DeFly's still caught. Gid takes him down, but the execute comes through from Mako. Beatpot's trying to... I said Mako again. They're flying through the fight. Mako trying to scrap out with Beatpots. He'll find the double kill. They'll pull back in the Anivia. He's into the egg. The fight is just a mess. Bliss and Gayfinder Temple still alive.
Oh.
Triple kill for Mako. He finds another. He finds another. The pentakill for Mako.
and so well played that team fight by Mako as he was able to dodge in and out with a little bit of HP and just pick off the kills. Wow, and if he wasn't already before, he almost certainly is the absolute most richest man.
The disgusting part is all 5 of those were with the ultimate, so he's sharing all of that gold. That's not, 1,500 gold plus the multi-kill bonus for Mako. That is 1,500 gold on his teammates as well. So the gold lead's 10,000, even though they're only 1 kill in the advantage.
Yeah, no, everything going in favor of them. 10,000 gold for something that RotM was.
Sorry, he's
Go
got
ahead.
4,000 gold himself that he's going to go spend. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, no, he picked up a couple kills there, 1 or 2 per 5. He is a very rich boy, 11,000 gold total in his pocket. He's pretty strong at this point. I think a lot of this is just off of that fight in topside jungle right before the dragon spawned, where he was able to pick up a triple kill. It's just sort of snowballed from there. Our team had a little bit of a lead, but now it's just sort of gone downhill. Yeah.
Yeah, and now with the Umbral Glaive, he can clear wards basically at his leisure. See him just take down 3 wards in a single Umbral Glaive proc, and he still has a sweeper available. That's
It's value.
value. Yeah, that's 90 gold for 1 Umbral Glaive proc. That feels pretty good.
Yeah, not upset at all with that. Does he have a zombie ward?
He does not.
Wow, he's inting it. Oh
No,
no.
he's getting dumpstered in visions. Like Matsuro's up 3 and he's got Umbral Glaive. No way. All right.
How embarrassing.
How embarrassing.
Wow. This Mako looking motherfucker.
I don't know what words you were trying to say, but I definitely agree with it. Is Night Harvester the typical AP thing for Gragas? That feels a little weird.
I think it's one of the options. I think that the other option, he could have gone like a Leandries, though Orion already has one, so probably not super important. You could also go like Rocket Belt. Ooh. Mitsuru just sort of barely squeaking out away from that hook. I think Rocket Belt gives you a little bit more options on the engage, but...
Oh, they're going to pull back in and shut down... Well, it's not even a shutdown. Somehow Git just killed Orianna, by the way, in mid lane. I don't know what happened there. Oath in trouble gets taken out, and the flash E onto Beatpots. That's just some style there from Bliss. The no look on the explosive cast for the kill. Peakley left kind of wondering what happened to his team. And now what happened to him is Gid trying to find that engage. He'll get harvested. Double kill for DeFly, and PvE is running over the game.
Yeah, no, it just went so poorly so quickly. Gosh, yeah, I like that RotM was still, trying to look for something, even though they're behind. They're trying to look for the picks, and even ended up getting one with Gid taking out Astro Wave. Now 0-7 on the Orianna, but unfortunately, it's just not enough. A little bit of an overcommit, and they get caught. And PvE picking up the Baron. They are positioned here to close out this game in the next couple minutes.
Yeah, it's still just the Pike gold extension, basically. They're only up 5 kills, but up 14,000 gold. That's a couple. Um, you know, Gid could solo Oriana. Why did I sign myself up to do math? It's gonna be like 40 times to equal that amount of gold.
So, of it, I'm looking at Pike's ult. It looks like 7,000 of the gold lead is through the passive on his ultimate. 3,500 shared with his teammates and 3,500 for himself. Is that right? That's so much. That's so much.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And that's what the tooltip says. God,
Does that
yeah,
include base gold though? Or is that
I'm
just
not
the
sure.
extra that he's created? It's a couple of gold. He has made his friends rich. And now they are stacking a death bush with 30 seconds on this dragon spawn. Realistically, RTM just should let this one go. There's no reason to walk in there in any way.
I think this is PvE's dragon. You just try and pick up your camps, try and pick up as many waves as you can. You sort of let them have it. You know, if there is a win condition here, you know, it's either getting picks, as it looks like they're trying to catch up Mordekaiser.
Yeah, Pikley gonna get pulled into the death realm. Matsuro and Gid and Bpots all trying to collapse. PvE gonna go ahead and take their Dragon Prize for this. Gatefinder Temple still has the Zanya's Hourglass. He'll eventually fall, and the kill will go to Gid. So 10 kills on the Vi, another big shutdown for him, and he'll continue scaling toward that third item. This is, like, objectively the correct play, so that's nice.
I like that they were looking for the pick, as I was trying to be a little bit cheeky there, trying to get a pick onto the fly. You know, I like that they're still looking for stuff, and trading the dragon for a play on the other side of the map is absolutely the correct play.
That bullet time was pretty spicy though. Oath lost.
It's a lot of damage.
Pretty significant portion of his health there.
A fair amount of damage. Okay, if you're Ornn into Mordekaiser, and Mordekaiser goes Riftmaker, I assume you need Grievous. Do you go Bramble, or do you go the Executioners? Because I know the Executioners procs on your Q, if you're Ornn.
Yeah, I mean, in this situation, you probably go Bramble because you're super behind. Oh my god, he had half of his health left. Like, that wasn't even fair. Defly steals Mako's kill as PvE continues to walk in. They're going to engage. They actually get the shutdown. That's huge for Bpots, but the triple kill comes through for Defly as he'll flash forward, trying to finish off Pikley. Not going to be able to this time, but PvE has got what they came for. They got a good fight, and they'll get at least a couple of towers here.
Yeah, 20 seconds on the spawn times from RotM, so that means at least an inhibitor in favor of PvE. We'll see if they stick around and try and push for the end, or if they just recall and wait for their extremely strong Pike. Looks like that might be the case.
Yep, gonna go stay true to their name, take a couple of jungle camps, just chill out for a little bit.
What does PvE stand for?
Player versus environment.
No, is that what it stands for in their name?
I'm pretty sure they're just PvE. Like, that's all.
Oh, that's their whole name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Could be player versus everything, maybe. Maybe they're going for the play on it. I doubt it.
See, I assume that they were doing something, you know, clever with the acronym, you know, but...
Their logo just says PvE, and that's it. And they're all capitalized, which is kind of interesting. Kind of cool that MF can just, like, one-shot the Skull Crab. That was neat.
Yeah, it doesn't feel very great for the Scuttle Crab. No.
They didn't even kill it, though. Like,
They did.
Let him
They
go
just
with
let it
46
limp
health.
away.
Oh, Matsuro pointing out it could just be to BM the other teams. Like, oh yeah, they're not even players. Like,
Oh, maybe. That's a reading of it. Yeah, I don't know. Do we have an interview with Mako after this to shed light on this?
weirdly, I don't have any.
No interviews
queued
set up?
Yeah.
Oh wow. It's a very squishy orange. That said, Gid versus Astrowave. This is the other matchup that we've seen quite a bit. Almost making the Orianna 0-8. It's barely gonna squeak away.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to go reverse legendary, you know.
Uh, that said, basically even in items with his counterpart, because of the the global gold that he's picking up. Uh, isn't League fun? PvE deciding to reset here, right before the Baron. So perhaps deciding that that's where they will try to force a fight and look to close out the game.
I don't want to flame anyone, but why does Git only have 8 visions?
Uh, it sounds like you're trying to flame someone.
Ooh, yeah, maybe.
Perhaps Gid specifically, since you mentioned it.
Oh, he killed a ward. He's up to 10. We got this. That's stalls. Mako looking for the hook, gonna find
Ooh.
Gid. Oh,
Why didn't they engage on him?
that's a thick little barrel, too. Probably just didn't want to blow all their CC when they can just bully their way in anyway. Well, there's some CC coming out. They pull Peak Play, of all people, aside. That is a fair amount of execution damage from Mako, as he's going to look for B-Pots. He needs, like, oh, that's going to be kind of disappointing for Mako, actually. B-Pots is doing pretty well in the Death Realm, yeah. It's not going to matter, but...
Unfortunately, the stopwatch is going to keep him from doing too much, and the supers are pushing in on the base, so our team kind of has to back up and try and clear that out. Either way, PvE could walk down and meet that wave and try to end this. Instead, looking to take perhaps a little bit safer route.
Well, Mako's on a killing spree. He'll flip back in Matsuro, and should be the final kill of the game. It's the Bud Light Ace for PvE esports, and Nexus #1 goes to them. What a monster performance by Defly and Mako in the bottom lane, though.
Yeah, they definitely left their mark on this game. I take back anything I said about first picking Pyke. It makes perfect sense. First pick at every game. It's good performance there.
Yeah, so we'll take a short break, load up game #2. We'll be right back with that one. I didn't prepare. Never mind. Wow. There we go. Okay.
They keep sides throughout the entire series.
I think so.
It's very interesting.
I think so. It's awfully kind of them. I have to do slightly less work.
I bet that was probably what they were thinking about.
Yeah.
Was just ensuring, to make it as easy as possible for Maris when he's doing the cast.
Well, I appreciate it. Heard loud and clear, guys. Thank you. All right, you want to look at a draft? Let's look at a draft.
I'm looking at the draft.
All right, so welcome back. Game #2. between RTM and PvE esports. This is what happened in the draft, and um, some good adaptations. Pike, for instance, on the ban list, and then PvE didn't ban Thresh, so that also seems like a good adaptation for RTM.
Yeah, no, definitely can be fans of that. As Metsuro, slightly known for playing the. I think he's played 1 or 2 games of it before.
Yeah.
So should feel pretty good about being allowed to play that. The Pike ban, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's any qualms with that. Yeah, Nasus.
Yeah,
is a
Nasus.
champion.
He is. I wish he wasn't, but he is.
Picked in response to Renekton. So Renekton's first pick, or not first picked, it's Blue 2 picked.
Yeah.
And then you R4 Nasus. And Nasus is a lot stronger now than perhaps in times past. People have figured out the Emax build that you do, which helps you spike really strong, early game. We'll see if he's able to contest the Renekton, the Battle of the Brothers, which so often goes in favor of Renekton because of his early game. Perhaps even down a little bit because of the adaptations.
Well, Renekton's just a cooler character, so I think that it really should. I hate Nasus. Just to throw my bias in there.
Doggo, and Doggos are the best. So.
Yeah, but Nasus backwards is Susan, and Susan is a bitch. So.
Yeah, what's Renekton backwards? So?
Not Ned, not Tenor, not Tenor.
Not Ken, Renekton. So it's not Kenner. Keener? Not Keener. I feel like that's much less cool than Susan.
Yeah.
I think that there's value in your name being something different backwards, and the fact that Renekton's missing that kind of means I'm a little bit more worried about the draft I placed on him.
All right, let's go into game. Yeah. We've exhausted all of our analysis. So let's see what happens in the game. If you're ready, we'll go in 3, 2, 1. I'll even let you introduce the boys this time if you want.
On blue side, we have ROTM looking to bring it back, start the reverse sweep. P-Clay in the top lane on that Renekton. Kid Shade Slayer on the Rammus this time around. Oath playing the Xerath, and then B-Pods and Metsuro on the Ashe Thresh bottom lane.
And on the other side of the rift, wearing the red health bars for game number 2, looking to close out the series will be PvE Esports. Gayfinder Temple playing Susan, Bliss in the jungle on Graves, Astro Wave in the mid lane on Echo, and Defly and Mako in the bottom lane on Kaisa and Leona. They stole our bot lane.
That said, already, our team's looking for the pick here. You have Thresh leading the way. Kaisa, is she gonna flash?
She is gonna flash. Gets hit by the Arcano Pulse. Not quite enough damage, but the flash down on Kaisa should open up an opportunity for Rammus to come in and bonk her.
That's actually a really cool Thresh skin. Is that FPX?
Yeah.
That has to be the best FPX skin. That's actually kind of cool.
I am still partial to Gangplank, but...
Oh, true. They might find a Bliss here.
Oh, they did find him. That felt way more scary than it actually was. Like, nothing is going to happen level 1 between Xerath and Graves, but imagine if that had been more than one person.
Unfortunately, Renekton walked right past it. If Renekton had been the one to find him, it might have been a little bit more hurt in favor of Bliss. Again, Bliss starting topside and not getting a leash. This is actually so tragic. You got to feel bad for him. This kid having to smite Red Buff. Poor Rammus. Just doing his best in the world.
Yeah, Gayfinder Temple started Spirit Fire, interestingly.
Which, that is his best ability. It does quite a bit of damage. And he can use it whenever Renekton walks up to take a minion. So that Renekton takes the initial E damage as well as the dot.
Yeah, this should be a
Already.
pretty good lane for Astro Wave, barring like level 1 shenanigans. That's
Oh
a
no.
straight hook onto Defly. He's got no flash as Beepot's layering into him with the Ranger's focus. Just not quite enough damage to finish him off, and it does burn his heal and forces them back underneath tower.
I think if our team had used their Ignite, they probably could have picked up the kill there, but now they still have it, so quite a bit of pressure, you know, in the unused Summoner spell. As the Fly is already forced to recall and is going to miss quite a few minions at this turret.
Oh, Peakley with the empowered W. Needs the Cold and
Oh.
Meek, needs to heal. Oh, that didn't heal him as much as it probably should have. Flash forward for the Siphoning Strike, and it's not quite enough damage for Gayfinder Temple. Astro Wave looking to get aggressive, just looking for the shield. Now dives onto Oath. He doesn't have the most amount of mana to trade back, but the health bar is actually pretty in favor. But here comes Ramus looking for the taunt, and he'll find it. And first blood on to Gid Shadeslayer as he'll take down Gayfinder Temple in the top lane.
And already the Rammus having more impact on the map than the Graves, which isn't normally what you want to see if you're the Graves player.
The
Ooh.
stun, but the shield is enough for Astro Wave. He flashes forward for the ignite, but the auto attack trade as Oath gets the solo kill in mid.
That was a fight. Is Graves
Oh
is
no,
here.
Bliss
Oh.
flashes forward. The end of the line is enough.
Yeah,
But
let's see
now
if
the
Graves
bot
can
lane gonna
crash.
scrap again anyway. The ignite onto Mako. He'll get hooked in. Beepons gets stunned. He flashes away. One more auto. Oh, two more auto. Three more auto? Okay, Matsuro gonna take the kill with the Flay as the Fly is still relatively healthy at the back end of this, just pumping a lot of damage into the Leona.
Yeah, but Defly is a level down. I feel like Thresh could just pressure her off of this wave and just deny her everything. But she hits level 3 for free. And now this wave is hard pushing into her, so she should be fine to just eat that. That said, they're collapsing on the Graves here. Oh? We're watching top for some
Yeah,
reason. There we
taunt
go.
from Gid onto Bliss. He gets the smite for a little bit of health. Gid is so low, he'll get traded out. Unfortunately, Beepots finds the kill on one side. Bliss will get the one on the other. Peakley and Gayfinder Temple still just scrapping up, fighting like brothers up here in the top.
Yeah, and even though the health bars are looking a little bit rough here for Nasus, Nasus has so much innate sustain that it seems pretty unlikely that he'll die here without running it. Yeah, already half HP.
Oh, Peakley just walking in for the Cold the Meek.
I kind of like that. He's pressuring him off of the minions, means that he can't lifesteal off of it.
Astro Wave's having
Astro
a
Wave.
rough time here in mid lane.
He had a rough game last game on the Orianna, wasn't really allowed to play. This time around, picking something with a little bit more agency in the early game, and just hasn't been having too much fun with it so far. Ooh.
Yeah, Peakley's still just trying to shove him in, get that little chunk onto him. Matsuro hanging around.
It's actually so close to lethal. I think with an empowered W, I think Peakley can kill him right here. Oh, just kidding. He used his rage. He can't kill him anymore.
Yeah, if he had pressed the
He has
attack,
6.
it's like 100%. But because
Oh, he has 6.
Oh, he's got 6. He's got the Dominus going for it. Hits the empowered W into the Q. That was pretty clean, actually. Oath ulted in mid. I didn't see exactly what happened, but Beepons and Matsuro running away. The gank from Bliss not quite going to pay off yet. The bonkening from Git doesn't pull the trigger on the puncturing taunt, though.
Yeah, not a whole lot traded there in the bottom lane. They do get the flash out of the Thresh, but that's gonna be about it.
Oh.
As Bliss is level 6 already. Gid's still level 4, so it's a little bit rough. But PvE's just starting
Oh,
to
the
drag-
hook!
Oh my
The
god.
Fly gets hooked in, gets pulled back by the taunt by Rammus. He's low, but he's still healthy. Gid is going to fall, but here comes Peakley. No ult available, but they're going to segment off Mako and finish him off. So they'll trade 1 for 1. Peakley is still maybe looking for a little bit more. Astro Wave throws out the W for some scouting, I assume. That does give vision.
Yeah, just seeing if our team would commit just a little bit too far forward, but Peakley, highest level in the game, you know, is the one who teleports down, is able to turn that play around. And a lot of that also off of the back of that great hook by Matsuro. is they had no business contesting that dragon, but able to find the pick onto Kaisa means that they get quite a bit of damage down, and Kaisa can't contribute anymore. That's Ocean Drake over to the side of ROTM.
Yeah, kind of interesting. The same two dragons to start off with, Ocean then Mountain. We'll see if we also get the Infernal Soul afterwards. But 7-3 this time, again for ROTM. But this time, they have a 1,500 gold lead.
Which is definitely a good change of pace compared to the last time. It was 7-3 and just barely even.
Ooh. Do you feel like Nasus needed to go Thornmail first?
You know, when you die solo,
Well, he play maybe in a little bit of trouble, has the slice and dice out,
he has
the healing.
dominance.
He actually still has dominance.
This. Oh,
yeah.
Just turn around, you win this. You win this, I promise.
He's looking for the turn? No, not gonna look for the turn, just gonna walk away. I mean, I respect it, but...
I think if he pops dominance to begin with, he actually just like one-shots Graves. That's one of the rules of the jungle is you never gank Nasus, or not Nasus, you never gank Renekton at level 6 because he will 1v2 you.
Geddit's down 2 levels, but going for the fight onto Bliss, and it's going pretty well for him so far. Bliss is actually just injuring himself.
You know, Bliss has no mid laner, so no help coming from there.
Looking down, flashes after this slice, gets the stun. Bliss still has the ultimate. He'll get slowed up. Arcano Pulse is enough from Oath to confirm the kill.
And Bliss just a little bit caught out there, a little bit too far up, and didn't have any kind of backup. You know,
oh no, B-Pot's left by himself. Defly actually takes turret aggro to begin with. Now they're looking maybe for the redive. Mako's still not stepping up. He needs to be the one tanking the tower. Now finally just hunting him down, gets the stun, and they'll finally get the shutdown. So the dive eventually works for Defly and Mako.
They just had to circle their prey for a little while, decide who was gonna tank the aggros. A little bit of trouble figuring that out, but at the end of the day, they're able to pick it up and the plate. So a good lead here in the bottom lane, especially since 11 CS now in favor of Defly. You know, feeling pretty good about himself there, even after losing that teleport or losing the flash level 1 and having to recall early. Just a good job of evening that out, as Bliss is just sort of being a little annoying there.
Yeah, interrupting the recall. Is Gid gonna take the buff for himself? What a man.
He's gotta get those levels, man. He's actually really far behind.
Yeah, I mean, he did hit level 6 on it. Have you seen the mini Rammus rework that they're apparently gonna do?
I saw the Wild Rift thing where like he can hop around or something.
Yeah, they were gonna bring that to live as well. Asteroid looking for the dive. He's got his ult available. Oath expertly kiting that one out. Not gonna hit any of these, otherwise we focus on the shots rather than him. Or I guess he hit Bliss, it just wasn't a kill. Asteroid's still like full health, but here comes the gang. The squad coming through the slow into the taunt, into the hook, and they'll eventually take down Astro Wave as B-Pots finds the autos. He's got 3 kills on the Ashe.
This is a thick wave. By Gid just eating this and eating the next wave, he's gonna get quite a bit of much needed XP, but dropping the Herald as well, gonna be getting some plates. They're splitting it between a lot of people, and it's a full health turret, so I might have liked to see, a little different usage of that. Maybe heading top, getting a kill onto Nasus, and then one-shotting the turret with his Renekton, but
yeah, they
either way, it's money in the pockets of RTM.
I was going to say, they spot Mako and Defly on this pink ward, so looking for that, but Matsuro reads a little bit, looking for that blast cone, and he'll get collapsed upon, hits the box, he'll fall. Flash forward from Mako as he lands the stun onto B-Pots, puncturing taunt onto Mako. They have a little bit of CC, but just not a huge amount of damage. The Tremors doing a decent amount of work through everything, as in comes the Echo. They're still looking for this kill. For some reason, they're so tentative. Now finally Astro Wave comes through. He'll find the kill onto B-Pots, and that's all that they're going to get for it. I guess the teleport from Gayfinder Temple used as well to join, and they have the inside track on the Dragon in 20.
And so a couple kills there. Not the worst in the world, but the Flash Wither onto Oath.
Flash Wither onto Oath. The end of the line is enough. They'll get the shutdown. Hook doesn't quite land. It's stunned from the Enchanted Crystal Arrow that lasts forever. And Gayfinder Temple will go down as Peakley turns the small fight in mid. They're still continuing to scrap now as Dragon number 2 has spawned.
Yeah, and they should be able to pick this one up. They have the numbers. Their top laner's already here, so shouldn't be too much in their way. Oh, it's
Bhutan's going to
PvE.
find Astro Wave, and that's probably not the person he was
Ooh.
hoping to see, but Peakley looking to come to his AD carry's defense. Big chunk through onto Astro Wave. He has the ultimate available. They'll find the killing spree onto Gid. Bliss still looking for the couple of autos, but he'll get traded out. Now Mako and Defly collapsing. Peakley and Matsuro fighting this one out. Arcano Pulse across. Big flay onto Defly. The stun from Oath lands into the hook. That was a really good stun by Oath. And Mako will not get the blast cone out. He gets flayed out of it. Shut down for Peakley, although he didn't do much to earn that one. What a flay. What a stun on the first one by Oath, and then the flay from Matsuro on the second.
Really well played by the side of ROTM, as PvE had the inside track on the ROTM had the numbers on the dragon, and just had to peel back and deal with the PvE onslaught as they tried to catch out V-Pots. And at the end of the day, they're able to pick up this dragon and have a little bit of a gold lead, as PvE's not done. Astro Wave.
Yeah, Astro Wave's still looking for this. He'll get taunted up, forced to use his ult, but it doesn't go back very far because of the taunt, and he'll be taken down by Peakley. Peakley's 5-0-4, by the way. Has the Iron Spike whip along with the phase. He's going to be a very strong interior crocodile alligator. That's a really old meme. I don't know if anyone appreciates that.
I drive a Chevrolet movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the good memes. But no, Finnish Gore Drinker has his Tabi, has the Caulfields, potentially going for, a Black Cleaver or a Death Dance. Either one, very good this game. He's feeling pretty good about himself. Feeling pretty good about himself in the brotherly matchup. Obviously, this time around, getting the top end.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow gonna land. This is good body blocking from Mako. He's gonna sacrifice himself for his ADC, as you should do. But Mako going to fall because of that one. That was a real bro moment from Leona, though.
Yeah, too kind, protecting his AD carry. I think in times like that. Oh.
The hook onto Bliss into the taunt. That's just a disgusting amount of CC. In comes the shots over the top, and the Comet off of the first one is actually going to get the kill for Oath. I thought he'd need to hit 2, but the Comet was actually a thick amount of damage there.
Yeah, Comet doesn't mess around. Has a pretty high AP ratio. Just enough to finish off Bliss there. And Bliss was extremely strong a couple of minutes ago, but has sort of died twice in a row now, and isn't as strong as he otherwise might have been. Still doesn't have a finished Mythic, as he stopped off at the Serrated Dirk for a little bit more early game damage, as well as the finished Berserker Greaves. That compared to the Rammus, who, was extremely far behind a few minutes ago, has the finished Chem Punk run fast at you, Chem Tank, Turbo Chem Tank, the run fast at you item. He's considering how the game was looking for him. Rammus is feeling pretty okay with himself.
Yep, so now the Armadillo going to be juiced full of chemicals. He can speed around very fastly. Kind of interesting, so tank itemization is stupid, of course, but it now gives ability haste to all your other legendary items after the change. They took it from Funfire Wind Cape and put it on Chem Tank. So now everybody should be building Chem Tank if you're following in the tank circles. Not that you should be, because those champions are just terrible to play. Anyway, Astro Wave not really caught because he's playing Echo, so he'll be able to run away from the attempted gank from Gidno.
Unfortunately, just not enough damage following up the Rammus there. Means that the Echo should be able to walk away. And it looks like there aren't any objectives on the map. And everyone knows side lanes don't really exist. So we're lining up for the ARAM.
It's been identified. People are leaving.
There's so many minions that are just being lost in the sideways right now. Oh.
Uh,
Defly's going down maybe to pick that wave up? Pog?
so realistically, there aren't actually that many, like, unequally dying right now, but because the waves aren't in towers, they're just in the middle.
For sure, for sure. But
Nuances.
still, it's a lot of money that's sort of just being, disappearing into the ether. As opposed to, if either team had someone down there picking them up.
Yeah.
Now, is the turret. That's actually first turret at 17.5 minutes going in favor of Defly, so some money in his pocket. Oh no.
Yeah, Hook not quite
Cannot
gonna
run the
land on
Rammus. Oh! Rammus didn't want it.
I
don't know what we're doing right now.
Yeah, so the big macro play there, right? You get Sheila. You group mid, 3 of you back. You walk back mid, and then you drop Sheila, and you get a turret. Mako gonna walk in. They're gonna try to set up vision for the dragon, as I'm assuming what they're fighting over now. Pikley is dominating as he tracks down the Echo on the backside of the fight. Enchant Crystal Arrow lands onto Defly, but he's able to hip thrust back out. Pikley stuns him up, and he'll take him down. It's a double kill for the Renekton as Nasus flies in. Bliss cleans up a kill on the top side of the fight. They're still looking to scrap this one out. Pikley and Matsuro, Gayfinder Temple, Mako, and Bliss still alive. It's currently in favor of PvE. Pikley trying to kite back away into the smoke screen. Gets a little bit of healing. Grabs the lantern. It's a 3-man flay from Matsuro. Mako low. Pikley can't quite finish him off.
Ooh.
That's a decent amount of healing, though, from the Gourd Drinker.
No.
He'll dash back through, find the Leona, but he's going to abandon Matsuro to his fate.
No grievous wounds means that Pikley just survives forever with this Gourd Drinker, but PvE thinks that they can still get the dragon. Pikley's chilling here with full rage, and he has a little bit of backup.
Yeah, teleport in from Oath is they're able to at least chase the Graves and Nasus back off, but here comes the rest of the squads looking to rejoin. That's the Echo W coming through. The stun lands onto Pikley. He'll get shut down by Astrowave. Stun not quite there from Oath as PvE still looking for this dragon. It's not aggroed right now. Oh, the Zerathald over the top. He finds Defly with 2 shots, and the kill for Oath might mean the PvE has to back off.
Now it's just even in numbers. The Pikley has teleport in 12 seconds.
Git coming in, looking for anybody to taunt. He lands on the Gayfinder Temple, still looking for the taunt onto Bliss on the front side of the fight. Oath scrapping back away. B-Pots gets the kill on the Gayfinder Temple, trying to kite away, but Astrowave finishes him off. The junglers have a murder-suicide happen upon them. Oath still kiting back out. They'll trade as well. Matsuro versus Astrowave, but Pikley's here to rejoin after respawning. Gets the snare and the kill, and Pikley and Matsuro were the first survivors of the first fight, and they're the survivors of the second fight somehow, even though both of them died in the process, and what a fucking mess. But the dragon's going to go to RTM potentially at the end of this one if Defly has nothing to say about it.
I don't think Defly's going to be able to walk in there and try and contest it, so this should go, however shortly it takes, in favor of RTM after the 2.5 minute long fight with everyone coming back in at least twice. And that's their dragon. RTM's on sole point now. 5-minute timer for that. I think PvE needs some grievous wounds. They have it right now on the Kaisa, which is good, but I feel like Graves might need to pick it up as well, just because this Renekton's only going to become more of a problem. Once he finishes his Sterex, he's just going to be the tankiest man alive. You just need to curb as much healing as you can.
Yeah. Playing PvE very well, though. The Kaisa and the Graves CS, really a testament to that, and it's keeping them actually in the gold advantage right now, despite being down 7 kills and 3 dragons.
I know that CS, it adds up, and they have done a much better job of clicking on the minions than RTM. Oh no, as we watch them miss the cannon. Feels bad. Yeah,
Astrowave uncontested on this bottom side. There's no real turret down here, but...
Why is he only level 10?
You can... He's 11 now.
Oh, he had 11. I'm sorry. Feels like he's a little bit behind on XP.
Yeah.
It's the tiniest bit.
Yeah, 6 deaths will do that occasionally.
So, oh my god, so much damage coming out of Oath. Actually.
Yeah, he's got the finished Ludens into the Oblivion Orb, the standard item combo for most mages right now.
You know, the value of that Grievous is just too good. Plus so much pen. Gonna be coming out as he stacks up items with the mythic passive.
Ooh, that's a pretty big item completion as well. So Bliss finished up his Collector. Astro Wave, who is 2 levels down on his jungler, just finished up his Lich Bane. So some big damage coming out of the Graves and Echo.
And they are very much spiked, so see if they're trying to force a fight with these power spikes, as you know, they are ahead of their counterparts in regards to item completions. You know, Baron is up, so maybe they can contest some vision around there. Or they could ping pong waves.
Yeah,
Also an option.
Yeah, I think ping-ponging waves feels like the choice right now.
That's right. Maybe there are some, you know, different item completions. Kaisa still has quite a bit of money in her pocket. Graves as well is sitting on 1,200 gold, so you know when he does end up recalling, it's gonna be feeling pretty good.
So some vision control rested for ROTM. 2 minutes to go on that Elder, God, Infernals. I don't know why I mix up Infernal and Elder so bad.
They're very similar. You know, they both deal damage.
I appreciate you trying to like soften that, but I just actually don't know. Because like one of those is elemental and the other one is just I'm old, you know?
True. But they are both dragons, so I think, you know, it's we're closer to each other than might at first glance appear. You know, I like that ROTM wasn't trying to force anything into the power spikes of PvE, you know, who were hitting their item completions. You know, they just want to play around this dragon that's spawning pretty soon. So they were just farming up and picking up those waves. Set to be pretty strong here. Unfortunately, Piclay isn't going to quite be able to finish up his Asterix before the spawn, but Mitsuru is very alone here. Trying to solo contest vision.
Yeah, I think the big thing is that they don't know that he's alone. Probably assuming that he has somebody in the back pocket. Oh, this is an interesting little wraparound though. Astro Wave headed down into the Krug pit, but they're going to find Bliss maybe for that first pick. The flash over the wall, they do find that one as Beepots takes him down. Taunt onto Astro Wave into a stun. He will be able to get the ultimate off. Actually, Beepots takes a pretty gigantic amount of damage, but they'll find the shutdown. The 1v1 PvE comes in, and it's just not quite paying off for them right now. Piclay's still looking for Mako, not going to be able to get him though. Gayfinder Temple is just walking in from the side. And yeah, that's 2 picks for RTM.
And that's the 2 members of PvE who are extremely strong, getting caught out without being able to trade back any kills. Means that this is the Soul going over without contest to ROTM, and they might be able to just pressure Baron as well. You know, they're very, very strong right now. See what they decide to do. Maybe just looking to reset and spend that money. But their next objective should be to push in for that vision in the top side. And, you know, if they can line up and just, you know, try and fight a poke battle with the Xerath with Infernal Soul, it should very much go in favor of ROTM. They should feel pretty good about a fight like that.
Yeah, even the Ashe has pretty significantly longer range than anyone on PvE, so you can set up in Siege, you can look for the Baron. The world is their oyster, but would like to see them make an actual play here.
Yeah, no, they have everything in their favor. So we'll see what they want to do. Their recall timers are a little bit offset, but they're catching out Mako.
Yeah, Mako gonna get hooked in. Oath is unfortunately kind of blown through his rotation. Didn't land the stun onto him, so Mako will be able to walk out, grab a little bit of fruit as well. Stay relatively topped off, but the vision control right now for PvE is actually pretty good in this blue side jungle. So it'd be up to ROTM to kind of sweep through that and make sure that they can find a ward line of their own to play around. Because right now the ward's
Ooh.
just a little bit sparse.
The ultimate pop there from Nasus. Perhaps feeling a little bit of the pressure from Peakley, who did finish up the Sterex, is extremely strong and extremely taking so much damage.
Oh, the hook lands onto
Oh.
Bliss. He'll fall, just trying to push through into that vision. Gid rolls forward, grabs Mako. The hook lands onto him as well, and they'll take down the Leona. Double kill for B-Pots, as now Peakley going to scrap out with Gayfinder Temple. He's got the Dominus available, gets the stun. He should win the extended trade, yeah. That's the solo kill for Peakley. 3 kills for ROTM, and they'll start up the Baron now.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot of people here to contest. PvE, Astrowave is in the area. Might be looking for it, see if he can cheese out the damage onto the Baron. Last hit it. Oh, ROTM stops the damage on it.
Q over the wall, yeah, just not going to be able to walk up and contest. So Baron smited away by Gid, and they'll get a free top lane turret, it looks like, for their trouble. As soon as you Baron buff that one up. And things coming up ROTM in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, no, they're feeling pretty good about themselves here. Oh, the Ram Assault used to do a little bit more damage to the structure there. Yeah, and our team is firmly in the driver's seat now. You know, Bliss, again, had these points where he was extremely strong, but unfortunately just not quite able to do enough with the power spikes. And dying a couple times in a row means that on a champion like Graves, your impact goes down every time you die. And you're a champion who requires being ahead of the curve and now firmly behind it. So our team's lining up here. Looking for a 1-4, it looks like, to try and bring these in, leaving Renekton in the side lanes. Probably a good call. As we demonstrated earlier, obviously being able to fight the Nasus pretty easily.
Yeah, I'd like to see him just have an Executioner's Calling, but other than that, I think Peakley has been superb in that side lane so far. Tower gonna fall. A hook lands onto one target, Enchanted Crystal Arrow onto another. Mako goes in for the engage. They're looking for B-Pots. He actually gets flayed out of his own W. It's a double kill for Gid, as Matsuro will help secure that last kill. He'll fly through the taunt, lands onto Defly, and Gid taunts him, I guess tells him to kill himself, and he does. So, Inhibitor turret falls, Inhibitor as well. Gayfinder Temple, oh, trying to go for the predictions, not quite going to find it. There's the Flay, though. He's outplayed himself just a little bit. Flashes in for the Siphoning Strike, and it's just not going to matter. The Bud Light Ace for ROTM, and they'll take down the Nexus for game number 2 and send us to the Ace match.
Well, they identified the issue that was the Pike this time around. Banning that out, getting the Thresh, and are able to have a pretty clean game there.
Yeah, I think that there were some scary moments, definitely, but able to push on through. We're going to take just a little bit longer break, and we'll be back with game number 3. So you won't want to miss that. Series tied at 1. Decider coming up here in just a couple minutes. Oh, that's me. I don't want me. There we go.
That's what the people want, though. The people want you.
Are you ready to go?
Always.
Oh, all right. Well, all right. Here's the draft for game number 3. Series tied at 1 between RotM and PvE esports. The Thresh got banned. Kind of weird. What jumps out to you?
Who would have guessed? I think that, yeah, no, these are the exact same bans that PvE went to in the first rotation from game 1. So falling back on the Hecarim, Renekton, and the Thresh means that Anivia was open, but ROTM didn't want to pick it this time around. It's a little bit interesting, but otherwise, Swain for Mako is interesting.
There's a lot of interesting picks.
Yeah. ROTM went just like full ass fucking scaling, which is interesting. Strong champions, right? So like Seraphine is an extremely good champion right now. And Seraphine Ashe can be really annoying to deal with just because of how much range they have. If Ashe slows you, then Seraphine's E will automatically root or stun. I don't know. It does some shit.
Yeah, it does
it's
do
a fun
some
ability.
Shit. Yeah. I mean, it's big comfort, right, for the solo laners. So it's the Vladimir for P-Clay, basically the one trick, and then Oath on his Yasuo. I just don't know what PvE's draft. It kind of confuses me. I'm gonna be honest. So like, the R3 Diana, was that the counter to Vladimir?
I wonder if that was the counter to Seraphine.
Okay.
So they banned Galio afterwards, so I don't know, maybe it's just blind. Maybe they're like, fuck it, dude.
Fuck, I want to play Diana this game?
My Diana's nuts.
Alright, well.
I have no idea about my Diana.
Yeah. Well, let's look at game number 3 then.
Yeah.
Alright, if you're ready, we'll go ahead in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, on the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for game number 3, fresh off of a victory in game number 2, is Return of the Middle Sticks Gold, P-Clay in the top lane on Vladimir, Gid Shadeslayer in the jungle on Sejuani, Oath in mid on Yasuo, and Beepons and Matsuro playing Ashe and Seraphine.
Yeah, and on the red side, we have PvE looking to just crawl back into this and finish it off. Gatefinder Temple in top lane on the Wukong. Bliss in the jungle on the Shyvana. Asteroid playing that Diana. And then Defly and Mako with the Kaisa Swain. The other thing, that's a Dark Harvest on Shyvana. So it's probably AP Shyvana.
Yeah.
Which has seen a lot less play since the change to the items. You can no longer go Nashor's Tooth and get CDR from it, which hurts. And then in terms of a mythic item, I guess you have to go for Night Harvester, which doesn't feel great, I don't think.
Proto Belt maybe?
It sounds awful, but uncertain. I don't actually, again, I haven't seen like any Shyvana since the preseason. You know, a relatively popular pick before the item changes. I mean, I've seen very little of it.
Yeah, he's getting a leash this time, so that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a leash, but it's only a leash from Swain, as the Fly is a cheesy motherfucker. He pulled the wave so that they would target. I don't think he did it right. If he did it right, then they would have missed a minion. But I don't think they're gonna miss a minion. Walking back. No, they're gonna pick up all the XP. But Gid is already looking for something cheesy. They have that warded though, so he's not gonna be able to get much.
Yeah, meanwhile in mid lane, Oath goes forward looking for it, and he'll find First Blood. Is he fine? Oh, that damage was just enough with the Ignite from Master Wave to trade it out. But 100 gold advantage for Oath in the mid lane as they blow all their summoners at level 1.
Wow, already aggressive on the Yasuo. Got the push for the level 2, feeling pretty confident, just all-inning the Diana. It's not the worst in the world as Our team's bot lane got the level 2 push down here too.
I
And you already saw just the range and the oppressiveness of this lane.
I don't understand that. Like, Defly was there to start off the wave. How did they fall that far? He missed a minion too. Anyway,
It's a support gap. Oath is only level 2. Astrowave has the level advantage, so I feel like he has it if he just goes in. Maybe on cooldown, maybe.
yeah, he
Not
doesn't have
super
Ignite,
confident.
so maybe feeling a little less confident. Plus, has had kind of a rough 2 games, so maybe just
Yeah.
not feeling the confidence right now.
He entirely gave up wave pressure though to the Yasuo, which can be kind of difficult to deal with once you lose it. Yasuo's full HP now. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that already extremely aggro lane. Bliss on the Shyvana looks like he opted into just full clearing, which is a very Shyvana thing to do. But Gid's here, hovering. Diana doesn't have flash, so...
Oh, just kind of held on to that. The flash in, they get the stun under the tower, and the auto attack for Gid. As long as he lives. Oh, he got executed. All right, that's fine.
Wow.
I mean, it's not like great, but you know, you'll take it.
I like the willingness from Gid to just commit the flash to it. You know that Diana doesn't have it. Even if you trade kills, just denying her all this XP that she's missing off of that last wave and this wave means that she's going to be extremely far behind. I feel like Oath probably just should have reset at this point. He can't crash that with Shyvana there. He doesn't want to stick around with Diana coming back because Diana's fresh off a reset. He's still half HP. Now his wave's gonna get frozen on him because he wasn't able to completely crash it.
Piclay into the pool. Minions autoing down Gayfinder Temple. He's got the heal. That's enough damage. All right, the empowered Q for Piclay is enough for the solo kill in top lane, and the Vladimir picks up the first kill against the Wukong.
Yeah, and there's not how I would expect that matchup to go down, but Piclay already, showing the comfort on this champion. The confidence in flashing forward there.
Yeah, and Gayfinder Temple already burns his teleport to come back to lane, so this opens up an opportunity then if either jungler wants to go up. Can really ruin a top laner's day. Just a couple of repeat ganks. But we haven't seen, I didn't think that was going to end that way. All right, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to it, but Astrowave finds the kill onto Oath, even after going down 0-2 in the lane.
And that was Oath just sticking around, still hadn't reset from that last kill. Not to mention was trying to contest the wave when Diana had massive wave control, had more minions pushing in. He could just wait for it to push into him, but instead, getting a little bit greedy, walking up a little bit too far, and Astrowave calls his bluff. Crashing that wave is now up in XP, which, after being so far behind is, definitely better than he should have expected to be sitting at this point. Is that trade goes in Wukong's favor for a little bit until Vladimir, being ranged and all, just chases him down and has the sustain.
Yeah, really wanted to say thank you to RotM and PvE for playing interesting team comps. By the way, we're not going 3 tank gold games. It's really nice. I just appreciate that about both teams, and I wanted to make my appreciation known while I could.
Noted. So are you putting him on blast for having 3 tanks last game?
Who?
Renekton, Rammus, Thresh?
That's not 3 tanks.
They're pretty tanky champions.
That's 1 tank, and I would still rather Thresh than like Braum or.
What about like?
And Renekton's not really a tank. Like, he's a bruiser.
What about Ornn, Vi, Leona?
Vi's not a tank.
Okay.
There's no GSM comps. Is really the call out that's happening right now.
Okay.
This isn't Ornn Zac Leona. This isn't Ornn Amumu. Wrong.
This this time around they left the Amumu and Zach in the closet. You know, pull them out another day. So we see this duo invade into the into the blue side of PvE is interesting. There's a lot of pings coming down. I think PvE is going to try and collapse. They have the numbers. 4v2 is a little bit scary.
Yeah, Gid's still staying on that blue buff, gonna get pulled in by the claw. I guess just gonna kill himself for the blue buff. That's probably not worth it, but he did get the objective he came for, so props to him. Now P-Clay already used the Hemo Plague, gets the suck on to Gayfinder Temple. Cyclone was invested as well, as I don't think Beepot's actually dodged that one. The Void Seeker, I don't know that they were looking for it. Anyway, Mako has blue buff on Swain, which is actually pretty nuts.
It's going to be a lot of poke coming out from him. So I have to keep an eye on that as Suakong is relentless, you know. He's constantly trading in. Bliss has ult available.
Oh, Chanted Crystal Arrow lands onto Bliss. Oath's still looking for the end of that one, that kill. Astro Wave goes in, trying to get his way out. He's just living for forever, but the flash forward from Beepots eventually finds that kill. Now Gid gets the slow on to Mako, couldn't quite sidestep that into the root, and Matsuro with the encore, the notes. I don't, surfing's stupid. Anyway, it does get traded back as Beepots got found on the back of the fight by the Shyvana.
Yeah, and that is overall in favor of ROTM. Now sitting 1 kill ahead, about 500 gold, so feeling all right, as they do have, you know, the scaling team comp here. So any kills that they're picking up early, you know, feel really good in their pockets, because you know that you only get stronger as the game goes along.
Yeah, kind of disappointing. We do have a different dragon order this game. We had the Cloud Dragon, the first one of the series, and I mean, maybe we'll still get Mountain Infernal, but I guess that'll remain to be seen.
Really is, you know, disappointing that you know, all three weren't able to be played on the exact same level.
Yeah. As a sidebar, that used to happen all of the time when you used the code from Battlefy. I don't know if they fixed that, but like the split that Get Wrecked played with Battlefy, all 3 dragon rotations were the same as long as you continued to use the
for
same
every
code.
single.
Yeah. So I don't know if that got fixed. You might keep an eye on that for UML. But
I'm not gonna lie, when we were talking about Dragon Order in Game 2, I was like, oh shit, we used a code for UML, so I wonder if that was, if the dragons were similar. I don't remember.
I don't
at
either.
all.
I'd have to go back and look at the VOD. I don't think they were, just from memory, but I have nothing other than gut instinct on that one.
Yeah.
Because that feels like something I would have noticed, maybe, but maybe I didn't. You know, it was late on.
To be fair, there
Thursday.
were a lot of pauses
Yeah.
in Game 1 and Game 2. Oh, P-Clay dropped the
P-Clay,
ultimate.
yeah, it has the ultimate. That's quite a bit of damage. Gayfinder Temple is an alcove gamer, but it just... I thought that he would have been hidden right there, but apparently very visible. And the transfusion for P-Clay nets him his 2nd solo kill of the game. Oath, meanwhile, that's a clean little combo. He even got the extra auto. Unfortunately, the tower shots were not clean, but he trades. All right.
He missed a couple Qs and ate just a couple too many of the
He did the knock up auto ult though to
Uh-huh.
change signs. That was clean, and then the rest of it wasn't. But like that was clean. I appreciated it. I see it.
Yeah, I got the extra auto.
Well, the extra auto and the change of sides away from the tower.
I think it'll always change sides.
Yeah,
away
but
from the
he walked through for the auto. He walked through
No,
Diana
I mean,
for the auto at the same time.
I'm
It's not.
pretty sure if you ult next to it, like near the outside of the tower range, I'm pretty sure it'll always throw you outside of the tower range.
Maybe I'm giving him more credit. Anyway, Beepots is in trouble. He's getting the suck from the Demonic Ascent from Mako. He's got the bird Mako. God bless America. Anyway, they hook him back in, and it's a double kill for it to fly.
It's a really good Predator's Instinct. The ult from Kaisa was
Killer
pretty good to
instinct, yeah.
dodge.
Gayfinder Tempo is in trouble as well. Tides of Blood into the transfusion. He's still got the clone, trying to do some monkey business. Oh, the slow from the Sejuani ult is going to be enough. He dives back in. Bliss is in trouble, trying to fight along Gid. He'll at least get one. He's trying to get out. He's going to be very fast. Oath and Astro Wave still looking for a little bit more, and the double kill for Picle comes through. Oath will find the solo kill onto Astro Wave as well, and really good collapse. I don't know what I was going to say. That wasn't a collapse at all. Just give me some
It was a
analysis.
good collapse from RTM's top side to catch Wukong out. That was good. And then they just sort of stat checked him after that. Because Wukong was a little bit low, but you know, a good coordination from RTM's V-Pods. Buddy?
Um,
Buddy? Uh lag? Did
lag.
you
I
feel the
saw it.
lag
That
there?
was some lag,
That was
yeah.
crazy, dude. Holy shit.
We even lagged on the replay. That was insane.
Yeah, no,
Dragon's going to get started up by Oath and Gid. Picle hanging around in the area as well, and that's a pretty easy pickup for RTM. They're second of the game, and we'll get the Ocean Soul, so we do get a different rotation.
I like something we didn't touch on is with Sejuani, oftentimes you want to stack other melee champions that like to auto attack so that she can consistently be getting those E procs off. So you saw it there on the dragon was Yasuo was proccing the E quite a bit, which means that you know, it goes quite a bit faster. But that's something to keep an eye on, you know, in these skirmishes that involve the both of them. Oh, it's Oath. Not one to commit the ultimate, just getting a
Yeah,
little bit
Defly
down.
using the
But
killer
Shyvana's
instinct.
here.
Oh my goodness,
Wow.
the damage from Bliss just eliminates Matsuro. He really didn't have a whole lot he could do about that one. Picle is up 2 levels though on Gayfinder Temple. He's trading back pretty well so far with the Cyclone. Flash away, but the flash forward for the Dragon Breath from Bliss. 4-1 on the Shyvana. He did just go for the Nashor's Tooth first, which is kind of interesting. Into the Sork Shoes, no mythic item in sight yet. Oath and Gid can't really be here. They don't know that they can't be here, but they're about to find out right about now. Big knockup, but it's just not going to matter, and Gid's going to fall as well. 2 more kills for PvE as Astro Wave successfully stood in the bush for a while and collapsed.
Yeah, unfortunately, they had just a few too many people waiting around. Oath saw it though, had the triple knockup, was looking for the big ultimate, but unfortunately, PvE just had too many people there. They're able to pick up that first turret. As far as Shyvana itemization, the Nashor's is still a good item. You know, gives a lot of AP, gives attack speed, which, you know, helps out when you're in the dragon, as well as when you're out of the dragon to build up your dragon more, as you build up Fury on auto attacks, so feels pretty good. It was Picle.
Oh, Picle sees his moment. He goes in with the Tides of Blood, and the Hemoplague plus the Transfusion is enough for the kill. Yeah, that looks like a pretty comfortable champion for Picle.
Yeah, no, has the confidence, knows the lethal numbers, and, you know, is able to just dive in. His Astro Wave also lagged there.
Yeah, that was also kind of weird. The flash over the Encore, though, and he'll be out to safety. You know, unfortunately has to invest the flash off of that one, but he stays alive, and 2 ults burned for Matsuro and B-Pots.
So, you know, maybe worth if they're able to take advantage of that cooldown. Seraphine ult is not as long a cooldown as I was expecting. It's only 2 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm very surprised.
Gid coming in, they're going to find Mako. Picle going to be the recipient of this one. They're doing a lot of damage. Actually, Defly comes in. The pool from Picle. Oh, just has the stopwatch as well. Just Gid continuing to wail on him with the flail. Defly trying to get out, but it's nowhere to go. Oh, the Void Missiles were almost enough, but the shield for Matsuro makes sure that Gid stays alive at the end of that one. So 2 kills in the top lane for Gid and Picle. Really good coordination there between those 2.
And the Fly just got baited a little bit too far, first with the pool and then with the stopwatch. Means he ends up giving over his life, and Vladimir now 5-0-2 on this pick, is well on his way to finishing that Zanya, should have it on this recall, is very close to having it. So, you know, he's feeling very good about himself, and RTM also looking to do the Rift Herald here, which doesn't look like anyone from PvE is going to respond, so it should be theirs. Even though they have 2 people in base.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. So I don't worry about Picle at all in a side lane against whoever. Do you feel like Oath is still going to be significantly stronger than Gayfinder Temple?
just looking at inventories, because Oath has the finished shield bow versus Wukong's, you know, components of everything inventory, it feels like he should be fine. Oh, is the cleanse
Oh, he
having to
goes
be
in
burned?
still.
Oh,
The ignite onto
okay.
Defly, not quite able to finish him off, but they do somehow just find Mako on the back end of that one. Just a lot of generic damage coming through from Peakley. Astro Wave jumping in. He's looking for B-Pots, and Bliss is there for the double kill. Shyvana just tearing through the triple kill for him. He'll eventually be shut down on the other side by the ignite from Matsuro. But Peakley
But I don't know if they have
flashing
the
away.
damage to kill Peakley. Yeah.
Yeah, needs another transfusion here, but he'll get it with that Crimson Rush empowerment as well. Still going to walk forward, just no fear as Gatefinder Temple comes in. The Glacial Prison, the Glacial ability of some sort from Gid, just going a little bit wide. They're still looking for this. The dash in from Astro Wave finds the shutdown on the Sejuani, and Peakley left trying to defend, still healing up pretty nicely, but has to be careful with Defly and Mako just around the corner. The Void Seeker kind of gives away their position.
And for how that fight started with Oath on the outside just going a little bit too far forward, a little bit too aggressive there, it was traded back pretty well by RotM. Just so much damage coming out of this Vladimir is already. PvE's trying to take advantage of the dead jungler and just start up the dragon. This should be going their way. But RotM responding with the push mid. This is a good macro decision. They should be able to secure that tower.
Yeah, the dragon does unfortunately power up Shyvana just a little bit more. Already very strong, 8 and 2, excuse me, with the Night Harvester finished. Void Seeker lands on. It's not Void Seeker. Void Missile. Void Seeker's Rek'Sai.
That sounds correct.
No, that's Pricey. God, there's too many similar things. Anyway.
They're all from the void. They're all seeking prey. You know, which random grouping of those words is the right one?
I'm gonna look. It is Void Seeker. Okay, well, good for it. I guess Prey Seeker is Sejuani, maybe, or Sejuani. God,
So?
I just saw Sejuani on this.
I think that's right.
I'm slowly losing my mind here, and it's the middle of the day on a Saturday, so that's not a great sign. 16 to 16 in kills. Gold is ass even. Dragons are 1 in favor of ROTM right now.
Which, as you touched on, is pretty good against Shyvana, who gets stats for every single dragon that her team can secure. So, feeling pretty good for our team to be able to pick that up.
Yep. Sheila going to be summoned in bottom lane. Is Peakley and Gid going to continue to team up? Another 175 gold in their pockets as Defly, Mako, and the Gatefinder Temple split a top lane turret to continue to keep the gold completely 100% even.
Vladimir and Sejuani, not exactly known for the strong
B-Pots gets hit by the Dragon's Descent. The Encore from Matsuro trying to keep him safe. They really just can't stay in range. They're looking for the dive in the bottom lane, or in the top lane. God, whatever lane this is. They get the dive onto Diana, which is apparently way more important than the 2 kills that happen on the other side of the map. So we'll just continue watching Peakley and Gid as they recall.
It's actually really surprising that Bliss ended up picking up those kills. His Oath walking into his jungle. You're not allowed here.
Yeah, gets 1 knock up onto Gatefinder Temple. Immortal Shield Bow's popped. He's getting the suck, the bird bomb into the hand for Mako. Does find that kill.
It's a really good flash by Mako, actually. Flashing over the tornado means not slowed down at all, not knocked up. But that fight that we saw, you know, glimpses of, it's surprising that Bliss was able to find the kills because he completely missed his first E in the Dragon Farm Shyvana onto B-Pots, which means that that's the vast majority of his damage. It didn't land onto the main damage roll of RTM, but somehow was able to just still power through it with his damage there, and you know didn't end up falling. So this Shyvana is very scary, very scary.
Well, it doesn't matter because the game's over. Matsuro has the Moonstone Renewer.
OP item. There is no counterplay. Although this time around, Grievous Wounds on the Shyvana is very good outside of PvE. They probably want, you know, Wukong has it, you know, maybe one more instance of it just because, you know, it is Vladimir, it is Seraphine, it is Yasuo, right? You know, there's a couple shield bows. There's a lot of healing, is what I'm getting at. So, you know, any amount of healing reduction if they're able to get is going to be gonna pay dividends within these team fights. Looking through other item completions, I think it's interesting that Wukong opted to go for the Divine Sunderer this time around. Normally I would expect to see Gore Drinker, but Sunderer doesn't seem that bad. Oh no, Gib.
Oh, Gid gonna walk in and immediately walk back out as he's greeted by Bliss, Mako, and Defly. Well,
Should be feeling pretty lucky that he's able to walk out with a little more than a wrap on his wrist for that.
yeah, 50 seconds left on this dragon spawn. These games have really stalled out in mid-game. It's very strange, I guess. 19 to 17, a small kill advantage, and now a 300 gold advantage for PvE as we set up for, in the grand scheme of things, not like the most important dragon of the game. It'd be number 3 for ROTM and number 2 for PvE.
Our team should be feeling pretty good about fighting at this dragon. You know, they're pretty well power spiked. They have an extremely strong Vladimir, 2-item Yasuo, and even the Seraphine with the completed Moonstone. They should be feeling pretty good as Crystalero.
That Enchanted Crystalero just didn't quite happen. The flash for the Encore, they only find the Swain, but they're able to tear apart Shyvana on the backside of the fight. Matsuro falls, but on the bottom side, Astro Wave is able to finish off Oath. The flash forward on that side finds another kill. It's a double kill for Peakley, who's left alive. It's just Peakley v2. That fight was a mess, and it might continue to be a mess as Astro Wave and Gatefinder Temple still looking for the Vladimir.
Shouldn't be able to track him down here. He should be able to walk away. And it's amazing that fight went so far in the favor of PvE, especially after Astrowave on the Diana burnt his flash and completely whiffed his ultimate. Meaning, you know, there's a distinct lack of damage coming through, but, you know, it looks like they had just enough, was able to come out on top, and that's the second dragon going over in favor of PvE. So Shyvana feeling pretty good about herself.
Yeah, and now even couple other like first legendary items finished up. You have the Collector completed now for Defly, as well as the Morello Nomicon for Bliss, and those two characters are very scary. Astro Wave picks up his Zanya's Hourglass. It's some big spikes coming through for PvE, and for ROTM, yeah, you get the completed Infinity Edge for Yasuo, but other than that, not a huge amount. Oh, never mind. Staff of Flowing Water, it's done. That's it. Ignore what I was saying. RTM's the strongest team in the game.
That's 5 instances of grievous wounds on the side of PvE, so they took it to heart. They see all the healing, and they don't want anything to do with it.
Oh, Matsuro might be caught. Well, definitely dodges some of that. Defly comes in, though, and makes him regret his decision to try and go ward. Now another fight going to break out. Defly gets caught by the Tides of Blood. Peakley, unfortunately not able to. Zanya's in the middle of that one. Oath's still trying to fight one back out, but Bliss just executes people at point blank with the Dragon Breath. Gid the last one alive as he gets beaten on, and it's an ace for PvE Esports.
Wow, and yeah, all of that off the back of the catch onto Matsuro, who's just a little bit too far up, all alone. The Kais is able to dive in, gets the kill, and yeah, for how close the gold is in these fights, and they are extremely close fights, it's just kind of surprising that PvE's coming out on top, even with Peakley just one-shotting the Kaisa.
That was a little weird for Gatefinder Temple, but he gets out back in. Baron low and finally taken down. That took quite a while. Is Matsuro gonna annoy them? Doesn't look like it. At least stops a recall for a second. And another second.
He's stalling for Peakley. Peakley's gonna be here.
Yeah, he's actually doing alright. The Encore comes through. Here comes Peakley, and they're gonna find Astro Wave at the backside of the fight. So that's one less Baron buff in. It's gonna stall out the push for a couple of seconds. So that isn't an insignificant pick, all things considered.
It's actually pretty big, you know, even with the empowered recalls, they weren't able to complete it and just get out of there, so. As we see the Enchanted Crystalero just Slide right on by.
I like the looks from B-Pots. If he can connect on a couple of these arrows, you know, there's some big things happening. So somehow ROTM's going to get the shove in mid lane. They're actually going to grab the inner turret, even though there's 4 Baron buffs available on the side of PvE.
Yeah, no, after stalling the recalls, you know, they were the first ones there, the first ones to get pressure in. You know, oftentimes that can be all it takes. That said, Diana has respawned. So, PvE still has 4 Barons. They should be able to pressure up just a little bit. Oh, Shyvana's so close to death cap, actually. Like, if the damage was high before, it's only going to get bigger in a few minutes.
Yep, they'll grab the inner turret response, open that gold lead back out to about 3,500, which at this stage of the game, 29 minutes in, or 28.5 minutes in, well, never mind. Bliss is going to go in. That's a fat amount of damage onto B-Pots. 60% of your health, thank you. We're going to poke you off the turret, and they'll continue the siege. Peakley can tank that pretty well. He's got the Spirit Visage completed. Yeah, they're defending all right. It's going to be hard against the siege, but nobody from PvE is stepping up to actually auto the tower. It's all the work of the minions, but they'll eventually get the inhibitor tower and continue pushing into the inhibitor. 50 seconds to go on that dragon spawn. Number 3 for either side, should they be able to claim it. And PvE going to rotate down to the bottom lane, except for Shyvana, who's headed to look around for a blue buff.
Yeah, I don't hate this just because Shyvana's nigh useless without her ultimate. So going into the jungle just so that she can auto attack some things, get her ultimate back up before the dragon, I think makes a lot of sense.
Yep. Everybody grabbing up the recall. She doesn't have enough for the death cap, it looks like. Oh, 25 gold shy of the death cap. That feels pretty bad, but here comes both teams headed toward the dragon. 29:30 into the game. This is going to be a pretty titanic collision. I did want to point out the Flame Horizon for Bliss. Well done for him. As Gid looking for the engage, not quite able to track down the Shyvana. Instead, will just root up Mako on the backside of that. Encore only lands onto Gayfinder Temple. Matsuro and V-Pots just get destroyed on the backside of the fight, but Oath is still alive. Peaklay's still alive. They're continuing to fight. It's a shutdown for Peaklay, a triple kill for the Vladimir, and DeFly has nowhere left to run. Well, I guess he's got this place left to run. That's an exaggeration that I used for effect just now. But Peaklay and Gid navigate that fight beautifully, and they'll be able to grab the dragon at the end.
And Peaklay is just unkillable at this point. No one's able to deal damage to him, and he's just dealing so much within these team fights. Even with all this grievous wounds on the inventories of PvE, they're not able to take down this Vladimir. And ROTM, despite the fight looking a little bit scary at the start, are able to come out on top and are now on sole point.
Yeah, but Rabadon's death cap completed for Bliss now feels pretty strong. You have the Runaan's Hurricane for DeFly as well as the second item finally completed for Gayfinder Temple, so a lot of good spikes. But on the other side, Oath has a QSS. That's nice to see. That actually looks like the only real big one. Demonic Embrace is finished for Peaklay. He is full build with that 25 stack Magi now.
Wait, what is he QSSing? Is it literally just Swainy?
You didn't have to bring that up. I was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just assuming it was a good pickup, and yeah, no. Now that you've pointed that out,
the MR's good.
Yeah,
Magic resist, feeling pretty good against the enemy team comp. You know, Shyvana. Actually, the entire team, even Kaisa does, you know, like 30% magic damage. So any MR that you're able to pick up is good MR. Is this Baroness spawning in? Just a hair under a minute here. ROTM already pressuring up. They don't have Prio in mid-wave. Looks like they're going to contest it.
They'll hit an arrow onto the Sway, and they'll get the pick on the enemy support. Is that enough to give them Prio for the Dragon? Or the Baron?
Definitely Prio. They can walk in here, get as much vision as they want, clear out everything that PvE has, maintain Prio in the waves. Because PvE can't contest anything for at least 30 seconds, but RTM didn't get a whole lot of vision down off of that. in fact, all just sort of recalled. So not that much gained off of the catch on the Swain. But they're walking back in, trying to pick up that vision again. Baron spawning shortly.
So
Ash is still stuck mid, trying to
yeah, so you're
get
you're
prio.
Shyvana. You clear out the top wave. Baron spawns in 1 second. Do you recall?
Well, you have vision on it,
Hmm.
and no one has started it yet, so. YOLO.
Also, fuck pink wards. None of my homies buy pink wards on PvE. They do buy a
He
blighting
got the
crystal
Blighting
though.
Jewel.
Yeah, blighting
Yeah,
jewel.
is
Oh,
very good.
why is he
Oh,
face checking?
why?
What?
Is that Sven?
Oh! The Ash arrow doesn't quite connect though, but here comes Oath. Some damage finally shows up as Peakley finds the double kill. I am just baffled. Why is Kaisa running ahead of everybody to go face check around the Baron area? Oath gonna hit the last breath over the wall. He's just keeping everybody zoned from the fight. He's actually still alive, still healing. I didn't think that he would live through that as he dives
Shield
back
low
over.
to a
Needs
B.
to get the healing off of the Baron though. It's still 5,000 health left. Peakley now looking to zone everybody else off. He's chasing down the Shyvana. Shyvana into the pit, but it's still 3,000 health. It gets taken down to 1,000 with the flame breath, but it just doesn't matter. It's secured by Oath. Peakley finds a kill onto Astro Wave. Wukong's the only one left alive for PvE, and yeah,
The game was so close and was in favor of PvE. They were completing their items. You know, the Shyvana just got the magic pen. They're feeling really good about themselves. But then the Fly just sort of, you know, 2015 Tyler Wonder, ran straight down. Ends up getting caught out and dying. And now that's awful for PvE. They've given up all pressure. They're no longer ahead in gold. It's now perfectly even. But when you're the scaling comp, even is ahead. Um, and
I'm
not
just
enough can be said about Peakley. 18-1 so far in this Vladimir, just doing so much damage in these team fights. It's just so strong and impossible to deal with for PvE.
so like it's actually hard because there's one champion in this game that I feel comfortable face checking a bush. It's Sejuani, right?
I
So
think Wukong,
uh,
just because.
yeah, Wukong probably would be fine too.
Oh, that's
Uh,
actually really good Zanya's.
Yeah, that's a good Zanya's from Mako, but they found Bliss. That's actually huge. They take down the enemy jungler. They're diving through with the last breath. Oath finds Def to fly on that one. Bunch of CC coming off. I can't really tell. There's just health bars and particles everywhere. But ROTM finds 5 kills in the enemy jungle, and they'll push in and take the series.
And that was one of the weaknesses of Shyvana. If you die on Shyvana, your ultimate cooldown doesn't tick down like everyone else's. You have to be alive to be getting that Fury. So when he is caught out in the jungle there, doesn't have his ult, isn't able to contribute to the fight, just dies instantly. ROTM, after a long, close fight, are able to find the picks at the last couple minutes, and this is them ending it. Completing the reverse sweep after a rough game one, but they stayed in it, they picked their comfort, and there we go. 2-1 in favor of our team. Do we get the double explode? Hey.
Hey. So yeah, congratulations to our team. They stay undefeated on the season, now 3-0. The scary part, I think, I mean, both sides now going to be salivating over their second round robin against each other. So about 5 weeks from now, we'll get to see PvE and our team go at it again. And we'll see what lessons both teams are able to take from this one, because it was a really tightly contested series.
Very close. Just a couple of minor plays sort of blew out each game, and yeah, no, it's definitely one to keep an eye on once they do end up facing each other again.
Yeah, well, how about ROTM top laners the last week, though? Uh, Boy, Tendy's popping off in the UML game, and then Cardinals with the big Wukong performance in LRS, and now Peakley has himself pretty monster games 2 and 3 here. So ROTM top laners buy some stonks in that.
Yeah, no, they're to the moon and back as the RTM top laners. They're out here smurfing.
Well, that'll do it for this week. Thank you guys for joining us for another very fun cast. If you don't follow the channel, please hit the follow button as that does help us out. If you have some spare income or a spare Twitch Prime sub, we would really appreciate it. I think that's all the shilling that I really need to do. But thank you guys for joining us here, and we'll see you next week, which or I guess we'll see you Wednesday night for the UML game live. UML takes on Johnson and Wales University. That should be a pretty good game. And then on Saturday, I'll do the LAS and LRS games for the week. I don't know who either of them play currently, but uh,
But they'll be bangers no matter
they'll
what.
be
So be
bangers,
sure
only
to
bangers
tune
here.
in.
Um, so yeah, Wednesday night UML game, and then Saturday we'll have the Legends recap. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next week for more games.